Good morning, YouTube. This is Aaron with N.A.S. Garage. Let's get started today, huh?
Not what I expected, honestly, not at all.
Good morning, YouTube. Hi, I'm Aaron, and this is N.A.S. Garage. On today's episode, we're going to be tackling putting the rear hubs together on Fox 1 and see if we can get a rolling chassis today. If we can get weight laying down on the rear end, that'd be really good. Tomorrow, or today I should say, we need to get another one of these made, and hopefully from there we can get everything done. And we can get shocks on this and hopefully get a rolling chassis by the end of the day. I think that's a pretty good goal. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so we got the rear end kind of mocked up and held in by clamps. This is not how they're actually going to be. They're probably going to be pipes, and they're going to be pipes, and I'm going to weld on some ball joints on all four sides of these, not nuts and bolts like this, so they move a little bit better. Yeah, get that connected there. I got to cut some tabs for up there. To that point there, I need some tabs. I need to cut another side of that and make that flat and do some work over there. Back here, I do the same thing. Need to move this out. Yeah, this has to go out this way because this one needs to be lined up with this outside. Right now it's kind of on the wrong angle. Like if you look at it this way, you can see it's kind of off this way. It needs to be like straight right there. But yeah, that makes the tires kind of straight. I like the position of it. I could use either shock, the tall one or the short one. I may put two mounts, like a second mount on it for like the shorter shock, and then one for the taller shock. You know, just in case I know it's not as nice as I want it to ride. But it doesn't look that much. It's only like a 1 inch out the back. It's only like an inch wider than the front, which is, I mean, that's pretty good. That looks pretty cool. So, yep. Let's get to it. Hopefully we'll get a roller by the end of the day. Alright, so got a pretty decent weld out of it for what it is. I mean, this is a flux core welder, not a gas welder, which would be awesome if I had one of those. But don't yet. I will eventually. I'll get one of those. Got a stick. Alright, so I have this welded up now. So the top mount is welded up and it goes back down there and bolts into this one. Then we have the rears going over there. Alright, now I need to get this part welded up. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to notch this out so I can scoot it straight with this pipe back here, which is straight, so I can get it back there. Once I get it back there, then I'll weld it all the way around and it'll be nice and solid, and I can adjust this as it slides in there how it should be. Yep, so yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so now I need to make these hubs for this driver's side, I guess you would say. I already drilled out one hole. Now I gotta send this dozer in here and try and make a bigger hole so it's easier to do stuff. Put some oil on it so it cuts easier. Cover a mask and go. Alright. Now we can make this bigger. Yeah. Let's grab the grinder. Take this bearing. How close that is. It's pretty close. So I basically just press this down. I'm gonna take the grinder inside of here and knock off all that. And that should be pretty good. Alright, a pretty accurate looking hole. But still needs to be a little larger. Alright. we got these control arms connected. Both hubs are made and put in. Control arms or the rear links, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out. Well, that's why that up there is. Need to put some bushings in up here. As you can see, it's like really loose. So I'll put some bushings up there. I'll just have to make them. The rear end is pretty much together. We'll reinforce these, make these different. I just needed to make these brackets. So these can get made differently because they move a little bit too much, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, so let's get at her. Alright, so first test, we're going to see if it can sit on its own weight. I'll take this jack out. This jack here is the only thing that's holding it. Just put the shocks in. They're just all tacked in pretty decent. But we'll see how it does. If I can get this to turn, that'd be great. There it goes, it's coming down. What? There it is. On its own weight. Jack is down. Okay. So that tack didn't hold there, eh? I have to re-tack that one. Let's try this again. Alright, so back up in the air we went, because that did not work. Okay, so back to the drawing board on this. Next idea. Make an attachment for the housing that basically attaches, goes around, so I can attach the shock here I can attach the shock here and directly to the hub. Somehow. I may do I may take a support bar from here, or maybe from closer to down here, that goes across and catches this as well, that goes under this to hold, you know, goes here, under, connects to this to stabilize this, to keep this straight when I want it to be, because it doesn't like being straight. So yeah, mainly because this is pushing the wrong way. This is pushing it down this way, which is when the suspension comes up, it's getting pushed out that way. So this is getting pushed out this way all the time, and that ball joint doesn't like it, and it just turns the tire out this way a lot, like ridiculous. Like it was out to here when it's sitting down. So that means it's not going to work. So I need to figure out a way to keep the tire straight while it goes up and down still, and this works. It also seemed like it was way too soft in the rear with these big shocks. Like I was jumping on it and it was very soft, like almost too soft. As far as the response for coming back up was very slow. It didn't want to stay up. Once it sat down, it just kind of wanted to stay there. So could this be these are junk shocks? Probably, because I did, you know, get them out of the junk pile. But I do have the other pair, those other shocks too as well. I could add to these to see if that will help. That might help if I put another set of shocks up here and have these ones here and have that one have a second set of shocks. Might help with the spring rate. You know, hook a shock from here to the frame, a very small one. That'll push that tire out and that'll push that down, and then have this one that connects, you know, here from up here down to there to keep that tight. But I'm liking it. It's starting to really look good. It's starting to really come along. I mean, it's a little crazy right now. I gotta make stuff right too. I gotta make sure everything's even again. I gotta cut it all apart to redo it. But you see this tire? Look at that. It's still sticking out. It got bent up. So, alright YouTube, so that's going to be all for us today. As you see in the video, we got a lot of things done. The rear end on this was not what we wanted. It wasn't working properly, so I gotta do some more engineering brain stuff on that and try and figure that out. I'm gonna probably have to draw something up, but yeah, we'll get to it. Alright, so that's going to be all for us. Thanks for watching N.A.S. Garage. Until next time, keep creating.